36-year-old Clare Wood's badly burnt body was found in a bedroom at her home in Blackfriars. Weeks before Miss Wood's body was found, she'd gone to police to tell them that she feared for her safety and to make an allegation of assault against a man.
Battling loneliness, Clare turned to the internet for company. She also began to use it to look for love.
Clare Wood was diagnosed with bipolar depression. She's then entered into online dating sites. Now, does this amplify her vulnerability? Without a doubt it does. She's going to be meeting strangers. She's going to have people who are going to lie. But of course she's vulnerable, very vulnerable. She's the bipolar means she might invite people into her life without doing the necessary psychological checks or the risk assessment we may do when we meet somebody for the first time. So without a doubt, just the state that she was in at that time psychologically meant her vulnerability was amplified by going to all the social media and online dating sites that she did.
In April 2007, Clare met a match and an online friendship quickly developed. The man's name was George Appleton.
Clare meets George Appleton online, and we know that Clare's father and brother took an instant dislike to George. Is that because of the online world? Does that mean she's willing to forgive any shortcomings that other individuals may see in George? Well, not necessarily. That could happen in life. The online world doesn't change that. But what we must remember here, the reason why people use dating apps is because of ease, but also because they're lonely. And of course, that is the aspect of why she might forgive any shortcomings that George was portraying, because she's got a new partner. He probably knew that Clare's father and brother didn't like him. So the more he can isolate Clare through control, the more he actually then controls her, because he's actually turning her against her own family and own friends, because he wants her to believe the only thing that's good for her in her life is George Appleton. He carried on contacting Clare, not physically or verbally, but via social media. The psychology behind that is power. The fact that he feels he can get away with it. He was in control of this relationship. And that's the psychology behind harassment. The fact that how much more can I push you? How much more can I say? How far can I take this? And he was prepared to take it the whole way. George Appleton showed many characteristics of being a psychopath. The violence that he carried out on many victims, and also the control he's got when it comes to the verbal abuse. He enjoyed that verbal abuse. So with the two aspects of the verbal abuse and the violence, these are characteristics of a psychopath.
Clare's law came into force across England and Wales in 2014.
It now allows individuals who are victims or believe they're victims of some sort of abuse, they can go to the authorities and ask for information about their partner. I know that within the first 10 months, there were 1,500 applications. That alone shows that it's something that should have been around for some time. The online world, the internet and social media, has allowed people to meet, interact and communicate far more than ever. That automatically means it will facilitate any online offender, because they can have that constant contact 24/7, which allows for 24/7 control. And that's the issue we have here with all these very sad cases of individual offenders who've then gone on to murder or sexually abuse. We know it's a lot about control, and that's what the internet affords.